Top Iranian officials continue to react to the latest anti-Iran sanctions by the United States. Iran's permanent envoy to the United Nations says the recent sanctions strengthen the suspicions about Washington's good intentions. Mohammad Khazai said the U.S. latest move will have negative and serious effects on Iran's nuclear talks. He added that the talks will no longer have the support of the Iranian people as well as the international community in the wake of the recent sanctions. 2 days ago, the U.S. Treasury Department added the names of 19 companies and individuals to its sanctions list, alleging they were helping Iran's nuclear program. Iranian authorities say the sanctions go against the spirit of the nuclear deal reached in Geneva last month.
Nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Washington's approval of new anti-Iran sanctions is already raising concerns in Tehran that the United States is negotiating in bad faith in the talks over Tehran's nuclear energy program. Iranian officials have been quick to react. Foreign Ministry spokeswoman Marzieh Afkham says the new sanctions are unconstructive and provide evidence of the efforts inside and outside the U.S. to derail the nuclear deal reached in Geneva last month. Senior Iranian nuclear negotiator Abbas Araghchi says Washington's new anti-Iran measure is against the spirit of the Geneva deal and shows that the U.S. officials are confused over their approach toward Iran. Araghchi also stated that Iran has recalled an expert delegation from the nuclear talks in Vienna, partly in response to the new sanctions.
The Americans and the Western powers are basically interrupting the talks, and because it's only a delay until the next president comes in, and they'll manipulate that administration to continue the criminal economic warfare that's been going on against Iran for well over 70 to 80 years.
U.S. officials have been trying to allay Iran's concerns that the new sanctions are a violation of the Geneva deal. White House spokesman Jay Carney says the measure is based on existing sanctions. And Secretary of State John Kerry has tried to play down the fact that the new sanctions have undermined the nuclear talks in Vienna.
Folks feel the need to consult and take a moment. There's every expectation the talks are going to continue in the next few days, and that we will proceed to the full implementation of that plan.
The anti-Iran sanctions and the feelings of mistrust of the U.S. they have engendered have now taken center stage in the Iranian media. The headlines of Iranian newspapers on Saturday were chock full of criticism of the efforts in Washington to torpedo the Geneva deal. They said the new sanctions show Washington has little, if any, goodwill toward Tehran. The Congress briefly tried to play the role of the bad cop in what later appeared to be an arrangement to make sure the deal proceeded. But concerns are rising in Tehran that the White House never intended to negotiate in good faith over the Iranian nuclear energy program. And Iranians are beginning to feel that the small cracks in the wall of mistrust between the two countries, which apparently appeared in Geneva, are gone, and the wall of mistrust is as solid as ever.
Much tougher than we expected.